Hello everyone, I'm Jeff Stepien, and welcome once again to the studio. Okay, today what we're going to do is we're going to listen to the audio tracks and eliminate any unwanted noises that we don't want in our final recording. So, rather than wasting any time speaking, let's get down to business. Okay, now when we start editing audio tracks, basically what we want to do is listen to every single track individually, just to hear if there's any background noises or distortions to the signal or anything that we need to edit or maybe re-record. Reminder of you, my heart would be empty too. Okay, now in listening to that section, I heard noises in the background. Also, recording, like I could hear the actual music from my headphones playing in the background as I was recording that vocal verse. So that just tells you that there are, hidden, even if they are at very low levels, there are hidden sounds there that definitely need to be edited. Now we're going to look at a couple of the options we could take to eliminate those minor problems. Okay, first thing that we can do is we can add what's called a noise gate. Now this is the effect parameter for the noise gate. Now basically I have it set to bypass. That's this orange box right here. So that means the effect is going to be bypassed. So we're going to listen to the track playing without the effect and then with it to see what that effect actually does to the track. The type I just can't resist. Now with the effect. Then don't you ever let go. The only thing that I'd miss by adding the noise gate effect. Basically what it does is as soon as the vocal is done and reaches a certain level, which actually the threshold that we have set to in this case is negative 44 decibels. Now what that means is anything below negative 44 decibels is going to be reduced by the noise gate. It means the noise gate is going to either eliminate completely or reduce the volume of any sounds below that decibel level to a point where it's not going to be significantly heard in any way, shape, or form. Now what I noticed by adding the noise gate effect was we were able to eliminate hearing me breathe before I start to sing, because without the effect, every time I start to sing a new vocal, you could hear me going, giving a breath, getting ready to sing. And also it eliminated the sound of the headphones playing through the microphone. It also eliminated the sound of me moving around or me bumping something in the background and hearing that individual noise. So that is a beneficial effect as far as eliminating certain noise artifacts and certain sounds that you don't necessarily want to hear in the song. Now some of the drawbacks are this. So you should know. Okay, now obviously I'm listening very closely and I realize you're listening through a YouTube video, but nonetheless, what happened there was a dramatic and a quick change in the decibel level of the audio recording. Now with the noise gate, the level was suppressed up until the point of that dramatic change. Now at that dramatic change, there was a slight pop or clicking sound. Now that is the result of, a very quick increase in the decibel level. It also happens when there's a quick drop in the decibel level. you'll hear a pop or a little clicking sound. Now that's a digital artifact that's created by the effect. Now there are parameters of the effect that you could change to try to avoid that, but in some cases, if the jump is so quick or it's too quick, you're not really going to be able to avoid that. But some of the parameters that you can adjust to try to avoid that is the attack time, the hold time, and the release time. Basically what the attack time does is that's how quickly the effect is going to react to the sound dropping below the threshold. So the quicker that's set to, the quicker the effect will react to a drop in the decibel level. Also, an increase in the decibel level can be affected by the release. A quicker release means that as the decibel level goes above that threshold level, the release determines how quickly the effect is released, from the sound. And the hold level just basically determines how long you want that effect to maintain its level on the affected sound. So those parameters you can adjust to try to stave off that problem, but actually there is another solution to trying to eliminate noises from the sound, and we're going to discuss that right now. Okay, the next method that we can use is the sample editor. And basically what we could do here is we could look for any artifacts or sounds that are popping up in between the actual verses. Okay, now that's all breath there. All you hear there is breath. Now what we can do, there's a number of options we have. We can go into functions and we can silence that. Now basically by silencing it, what's that going to do? Well, basically we silenced it right there. Now if we listen to that again, do we hear the breath? No, we do not. So that's an option that we have at our disposal. Okay, another option we have is we can actually go right into the track, as you can see I'm doing up top here. And what we can do is we can then stretch this out further. And what we can do is totally eliminate the section in between the vocals. And basically what we would do is we would use what's called the marquee tool to outline the region, and then we would just click that, and what it does is it creates a separate section. And then what we would do is just remove that section from the track. So obviously you have your number of options on how you would like to eliminate sound from the tracks. So obviously there are a number of options that we can use in order to eliminate unwanted sounds from audio tracks. Now, it all depends on which way you would prefer to do it. If you do not like to eliminate parts of the tracks, what you can do is use the silencer tool, or you could use a noise gate effect. I mean, personally, I think the noise gate effect, there are certain concerns that come with that, but then there are also possible concerns that come with using the silencer effect. Or if you don't mind deleting parts of the track, what you can do is use the method that I just showed, where you actually go into the track, outline the part of the track that you want to remove, and then just cut it from that part of the track. So you have a number of options when it comes to eliminating unwanted sounds from audio tracks. Okay, well, we've discussed some of the options that you have when it comes to eliminating unwanted noises from the audio tracks. If I do consider any other options, I might make another video on this subject as well, because it is a very in-depth topic to discuss. But for right now, for the purposes of our recording, we discussed 3 main options, and I hope they're helpful to you with your recordings. And until next time, peace out. Have a blessed day.